All right, team. So as always, before we get started, I want to first start off by giving a shout out to all of my viewers. You guys keep me motivated to keep delivering this type of content through subscribing to the channel, through liking the videos, and also through sharing the videos with those who you find that this content might be helpful for. I want to say thank you to everybody who continues to support me and the platform. Lastly, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors over at 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝘀.com. Their line of tile and grout cleaning products, as well as their natural stone restoration products, are unmatched. We're not only promoters of the products, but we use them as well. Make sure you check them out at 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝘀.com. And whenever you do, if you do decide to check out, use promo code MMTV10 at the very end to get a discount on your order. Again, that is promo code MMTV10. You'll find that promo code down in the description, as well as their website. Check them out. Let them know I sent you. Alright guys, what's going on? I'm at my first stop of the day out here in the beautiful Prosper, Texas. And let me show you what I'm working on. I got a lot of stuff in here. We got some granite countertops, some tile and grout that we're going to be cleaning and sealing. And I also picked up one room of carpet. So let me take y'all on the walkthrough. Alright, so let's check this out. And there's a couple areas that you'll see that you actually see what it should look like. So right now, this is the current condition. As you can see, grout's pretty soiled. But if we go over here, this is where rug was, and you can see what it should look like. So it's more of a white grout. So this one is definitely going to produce a really good before and after. And the countertops, these here. And let's see if the lighting can pick up the issues with it, which I don't think, well no, you can kind of see them. So right there, see the streaking, see that? All the oils. I'm gonna be reconditioning these and getting rid of all that grease and oil. Cleaning it, sealing it, polishing it, taking it back to its factory-like finish. So that's those. And lastly, we got a room of carpet. Just back here. This area there. A couple spots over there. You good? Yeah, I like documenting these because same thing with the carpets, just like that tile and grout, this should clean up really good. Has this ever been done before?
A long time ago.
Gotcha.
A long time ago.
Yeah, this will clean up real good then. All right, and getting started, this is the pre-treatment process. which the pre-treatment process is very important because you want to put down your pre-treatment to break down all of the dirt, grease, and oils. I use a citrus-based pre-treatment, which works really well. My customers love the fragrance. I'll drop a link in the description to the treatment or the pre-treatment that I like to use. But this is a very important step. And of course, after you've put down your pre-treatment, I like a 10-minute dwell time that allows the pre-treatment to work. I keep saying pre-treatment, but that's what it's called. You call it a pre-treatment process. You don't say I'm putting down chemicals. You let the customers know that you're going to be pre-treating the carpet with your cleaning solution. And what that cleaning solution does, it breaks down all the dirt, grease, and oils, making it easier, as you can see in this video, for the carpets to come clean. Just like what we're watching right now. On the left, obviously, it's the clean side, and on the right, it's the dirty side. And you see how easy it is for that dirt and oil and grease to get steam clean and extracted from the carpet. That's what makes you the money. All right. Check this out, guys. This carpet cleaned up so good. I'm sure y'all remember what it looked like before. Man, check that out. The camera really doesn't do it much justice because this floor turned out great. So we'll get ready to start on the kitchen. All right, so getting started on the granite countertops. Step one, I am putting down my stone scrub, which again, the real stone products that I use, this product is actually called Stone Scrub. You can get it from 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀.com. A really good product, and what it does, it breaks down all of the alkaline buildup, all of your water stains, watermarks, hard water buildup, anything that's a strong calcium buildup on the countertop. That is what this product is designed to break down. So what I'm doing is I'm scrubbing it in. I'm using a hog's hair pad on a pad holder that actually came with a kit that included my drill, well not drill, but it's a 7-inch polisher that I use to polish the countertops afterwards. So it comes with several different size pad holders, and the pad holder that I use is that one. So part of the process, which you'll notice right here, some of the detailed steps that I will do after you scrub down the entire granite countertop. If you're working around faucets, you want to take your hog's hair pad off and you want to scrub around those fixtures. A lot of times when you're working around those fixtures, there's a lot of hard water buildup. So you want to make sure that you're scrubbing those really, really well. So take the time, don't try to rush it. Be detailed. Again, a lot of times your customers are watching you. And in this particular scenario, my customer was sitting in the living room. I tell people all the time, I love an audience, so I do not mind you watching me. So part of becoming self-employed, especially if you're working for yourself, you're not sending out employees yet, you're still at that stage of your business, you want to make sure that you're comfortable being watched. Now, one of the next detailed things that I will do is I take my little detail brush. I use this for the edges of the grout lines, but I also use it around the fixtures in the kitchen when I'm working in the kitchen. So make sure you're scrubbing down those edges with your detail brush to further break down all of the hard water buildup that you will find around those edges. Alright, so after I've applied my stone scrub, the next step is I apply the daily clean. Now again, this is another product from Real Stone Care, and what it does is it further helps emulsify the dirt, grease, and oils that's in the stone countertops. So part of the cleaning process, after I've put down that stone scrub, I put down the next step, which is a pH neutral cleaner, and it just further helps break down all of that dirt, grease, and oil, making it very easy to come clean when I get to the cleaning process. Now again, as you notice, I've taken my pad off of the pad holder. I am cleaning around the fixtures. I go and grab my detail brush and once again give a really good scrub around the fixtures, around the faucet, around the sprayer, and around the little soap dispenser, off to the right. Make sure you're being very detailed with your work. Keep in mind, 9 times out of 10, either the customer's watching you or a camera's watching you. Now, after you've done with that process, then begins the cleaning process. Now, with this process, you see me using what's called a turbo mini spinner. You can use also another tool called a Cobra tool, which is very similar to this. The difference between the two is on the bottom of this tool, there's a spinning bar, so you can set it to about a good 600 to 800 psi to thoroughly clean the countertops. And what this process is doing is actually just really rinsing it, sucking up all the dirt, grease, and oil, getting rid of all of the cleaners, and just making it to where it's a really nice clean surface, because our next step is going to be the stone crystallizing process using the liquid crystal. And then after that, we're going to put down our final touch, which gives the stone its last pop, so to speak, and just makes it fingerproof, resistant, and ultimately back to its close to or even better than factory finished shine. All right, and we begin the crystallization process, which this process just brings out the original, or even better than original, luster, shine, and original pop, that reflectivity or reflection, or however you want to call it. This enhances that. So this is a very important step. Make sure you take your time and do this step, because what you're doing is you're burnishing the liquid crystal into that countertop, which ultimately gives it that factory finish like shine. All right, and now on to the final touch. And with this product, you just apply it to the countertops, and we're going to be buffing it in with a white pad. And what this does, it just makes the countertop more fingerprint resistant. So what you should be able to do is, after this process, and we are using a white polishing pad, not a hog's hair, but after this product, what you should notice is when you touch the countertops, it has a smooth glass-like feel, and also it should be resistant to fingerprints. Now, if you notice that when you touch it, it still leaves fingerprints, that's typically a sign that you applied too much of your final touch product. What you will want to do, take your microfiber pad, wipe it down really well, and then just buff it out one more time, but just make sure you're using your white pad instead of your hog's hair with this step. Now to the sealing process, which I am using the WB sealer, which stands for water base. And what you do is you apply just a little bit to your foam pad, which this pad right here, it actually comes with the kit that your polisher has. It comes with these little foam pads, and I think about 3 different pad holders. So what I do is I apply a little bit of the sealer to the pad, and I just spread it around the countertops. And what you'll want to do with this process, once you've applied that sealer, you don't want to let it dry. So let it sit for about 3 to 5 minutes, but do not let it dry. After you've allowed it to sit for that amount of dwell time, take you a microfiber rag, as you see me doing here, and just wipe it down really, really well. And again, with this product, you do not apply a lot of it, but you make sure you hand buff it in, let it sit for a couple minutes, and wipe it down. And now that the countertops are done, we're going to start on these floors. Take a look at that. These floors are dirty, man. Look at that. Can you believe that these grout lines should be white? Stay tuned. Now, of course, right here, I'm applying my pre-treatment. The cleaner that I'm using is the Tile Shock, again, by Real Stone. It is a heavily, heavily concentrated product. You can use it anywhere from 6 to 10 ounces per gallon, just depending on the soil conditions. With this particular one, because it was a heavily soiled floor, I used 10 ounces per gallon, so that's a 5-gallon jug. I used 50 ounces. Now, even though I only did the kitchen and the entryway, I only used about 1/3 of that, so what we're talking about, 1.5 gallons. So this stuff goes a long way. I can usually get about 3 jobs, depending on the square footage, or up to 1,000 square feet out of 5 gallons. So keep that in mind. This is a heavily concentrated product. After I've applied the pre-treatment, my next step is to agitate or scrub the grout lines. This particular brush, I'm going to leave the link to this brush in the description. It's a really good brush. The only thing that sucks about these nylon brushes is I usually burn through them after about 3 jobs. And what will happen is you'll notice it's shaped like a V. Once that V is gone away, it'll be flat. which pretty much renders it useless because a flat brush cannot get into the crevices or into those grout lines to thoroughly scrub them. So just keep that in mind. Usually we burn through about 15 to 20 of these brushes a month, but when they are brand new and that V is perfect, they work really well. And we began the cleaning process using our turbo hybrid spinner. We're running at 1200 psi, thoroughly cleaning the tiles and the grout. We've applied the pre-treatment, scrubbed it, we gave it a 10-minute dwell time, and now comes the cleaning process. This process is going to remove all the dirt, grease, and oil that we have loosened with the pre-treatment process, as well as the scrubbing and, or if you like to call it agitation, the agitation process. And we're almost finished. We're letting the floors dry. Check that out. Now I know y'all remember what that used to look like. Man, we stripped that grout all the way back down to bare, took it back to its original color. Check that out. Of course, there's a few spots that's still drying out, but once we're done, the floors are dry, we'll go ahead and put down the sealer, let that sealer start to dry in, make the tiles just dry enough to where the customer can walk on it, let them know that the grout itself is going to take a little bit more time because it's a porous substance. But man, we're done. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.